We are making our way through the work week, and it is, that Wednesday, so we are getting toward the weekend and looking like a nice weekend as well. But we have a couple things to get to before weather this morning.
That we do. We have a lot to get to on this show. We have a lot to talk about with you, but first we want you to take us with you wherever you go. That includes to work, the grocery store. You can download our connected TV app. You can also download on your phone or tablet. Wherever you go, we want you to take us with you like we talked about, because that's the whole point of having a streaming show is that you're taken away from your television screen. That's the whole point. Now, going back to Peak of the Week Wednesday morning, I feel like this week has gone by at a pretty decent pace. It's felt slow some mornings, felt slow, fast some other mornings. Today's gone by actually decently quick. I feel like the morning show flew by.
It did go by pretty quickly, but we'll see how Wake Up with Texas Extra goes.
That's right. The Extra is on. We have new mugs here, by the way. Look at this.
We do, courtesy of Lauren Munt, who will possibly be joining us later on this morning.
Trying to get her to come on the show this morning. She's busy right now. She's setting up her story, getting it edited. Several stories she's going to be joining us for. I'm going to pull up our Facebook Live, see if we have any comments coming in. Also, it's a sad morning. It was our, Jacob Brandenburg is going to be leaving us starting Monday. This is his final week on Wake Up West Texas, and today was his final Peak of the Week.
And it was his final day with me, because I am taking
That's true.
the next couple of days off.
So we'll have who here on Extra the next couple of mornings?
The Yost with the most.
The Yost with the most. Meteorologist Ethan Yost making his Wake Up West Texas Extra debut. We're excited for that as well. But, a lot of things happening here at First Alert 7. We're very happy for Jacob, of course. Sad for us, I know that's for sure. But you still have him at noon at least.
I do. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. Goodness gracious, y'all will make a great pair and continue to be so at noon, and he'll join you on First Alert 7 News at 4 every single day with Isabella Grigo. So excited for him, of course. But now we want to take a live look outside this morning as the sun begins to slowly rise over the skies of Andrews. Looking great out there this morning. Not too bad whatsoever. It is cold, though, I will say. We're freezing in some parts of the area.
It is rather chilly this morning. We saw a little bit more milder temperatures yesterday, but this morning a little bit colder. Sitting at 33 in Midland right now at the airport. Here's a live look at Fort Stockton, where that sun is actually making its way up in the sky.
Yeah.
Andrews, can't really see that sunrise yet, but looking towards, of course, the city of Fort Stockton, and that sun is starting to rise off in the horizon or the distance, but looking like a nice start to the day. We'll go two places this morning before I get into weather. Number one, we shall go to, let's see. We shall go to...
She's sifting currently.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I want to bring up the poll as well after we do this ICAM tour real quick as well. I want to look at our question of the day that our producers come up with.
We are going to a little bit of a foggy New Orleans, Louisiana this morning.
Oh, the Big Easy.
It's actually not that foggy at this point, but...
And Topgolf. We've determined that in the front, right there in the foreground.
Topgolf right there. There was also a billboard for our New Orleans station there.
Was it Fox 8? Oh, great.
Yes,
Local first.
Kind of right in the middle of your screen. But, of course, looking towards the Caesars Superdome.
Yeah.
And I'm going to New Orleans this summer, so I'm very excited for that.
Oh, very nice.
To head back out there to...
The Big Easy. I only went one time. I went October of 24. Incredible experience. I have family who live north of New Orleans and south of south of Baton Rouge in Gonzales. And what an incredible experience that was going into New Orleans. Really cool to see it this morning on this Wednesday.
And then we went here during Wake Up West Texas, but this is... Do you want to try it? I don't think we ever determined.
St. Ignace,
sure.
Michigan. We're going to go with that. It's probably pronounced a certain way, but it is freezing cold there. Look at the lake.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
You're
the
right.
lake is frozen. That is, I believe, kind of the meeting points of...
like part of the Great Lakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a meeting point between Michigan and Huron.
Oh, Lake Huron. Okay,
Yes.
great.
So, but of course, that part of the lake is frozen, even though the Great Lakes overall don't freeze. And as you can see kind of from your, I guess the right side of your screen, there are ice fishers on their way out on the lake.
Really?
And you can see the tracks from the snowmobiles, the four-wheelers, and the, I guess, what are they called, sleds that they take out there.
True northerner experience, something I've never done, something I probably won't ever do, but
It's so
never
fun.
say never.
Come to Colorado, my dad will take you.
I would say you've definitely had experience ice fishing for sure. You've covered it yourself as well. You've talked about those stories. Really cool to see and take a tour across the country. We'll have more throughout the rest of our show. Let's take a look now at our poll where West Texas weighs in. We're taking a look at the question of the day, and that is, what is the best game day food? With Super Bowl Sunday coming up for Super Bowl 60. Jacob, I was thinking 50. No, that was 10 years ago. We're at Super Bowl 60. Jacob told me that this morning. We have a few options to choose from. There's obviously many others, but these are the top three. Wings, chips and dip, and sliders. I don't know what I would pick. I mean, probably chips and dip.
Did the poll start over?
It did, yes. Fresh, new, ready to go just now. So the poll is brand new. We want you to vote. Go to firstalert7.com/vote. Scan the QR code on your screen as well. That way you can take part in this poll. Let us know what you're thinking. Are you thinking wings is your top spot, chips and dip? I am a chips and dip kind of guy. I like the bean dip, I like queso, you name it. All of those are mine.
Yeah, I love chips and dip as well. We are having a little bit of a Super Bowl party for our Wake Up West Texas team, and I'm going to be bringing buffalo chicken dip. Very good.
Very nice.
Very
I'm looking
cheesy.
forward to that.
Sadly, our director can't have that, but, you know, that's okay.
That's okay.
Maybe something else for her.
There's going to be a whole lot of food to choose from. We're very excited for that. But again, vote in on that poll. Excited for Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be a big game experience for so many people. Two big teams facing off.
Yes.
Not the team you chose, though, for sure. Not your hometown team.
I'm a Denver Bronco fan. I'm upset that it's the Patriots as opposed to the Broncos. We should have won. We would have probably
That was a
won
close game.
if we had Bo Nix, but of course he broke his ankle the week before, possibly partying in the locker room, possibly on the field.
Something happened.
Still hasn't been determined, but so I am rooting for the Seahawks for this Super Bowl.
Looking forward to it this coming Sunday. But in the meantime, though, we're talking back on the forecast. Look at right here at the bottom of the screen here, 33 degrees at the airport, just about freezing, a little above in some parts of the area. Luckily, that's as cool as we'll get for today.
Yeah, you know, we are going to see those temperatures warming up nicely, but chilly start to our Wednesday. Grab those jackets as you're headed out the door. Temperatures, as you can see from the map, are ranging from the 20s to the 50s even for some for areas in the Big Bend region. 35 currently in Midland, 34 here in Odessa. Winds are light, definitely better compared to what we were seeing at this time yesterday, but we are still seeing wind chill values anywhere from the 20s to the 40s. Hanging on to some clouds, especially south of I-10, but quiet conditions this morning. And here's a look at that futurecast heading through the day. We are looking to hang on to a few clouds, especially across northern and eastern portions of the Permian Basin, but overall sunny to mostly sunny skies and quiet conditions that will continue into Thursday. Temperatures will warm up nicely heading through the day, similar to what we saw yesterday, into the 50s and 60s by this afternoon and evening. 61 for Midland and Odessa's high temperature today, 57 for Marfa, 56 for Alpine, and 68 for our friends in Presidio, under lots of sunshine and relatively light winds anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Looking at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast, similar conditions overall for our Thursday, but a few degrees warmer than really seeing that big warm up heading into the weekend, where we are going to see those highs into the 70s.
All right, Sawyer, thank you very much. And now for a look at your Morning Extra, headlines you need to know to start your day. We'll begin tracking crime in Odessa, where police arrested a man for stealing from a Cricket wireless store. Back on January 28th, Odessa police were called to an alarm at that store on 8th Street. They say hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise was stolen by two men caught on surveillance video. A few days later, officers were patrolling outside the store at 4:30 in the morning when they saw 32-year-old Jonathan Guetta here walking around the building. Police say he matched the suspect's description, was found with stolen property from the store. Guetta was arrested and charged with burglary of a building. Police are still looking for the other suspect. In Big Spring, Crime Stoppers needing your help in finding a truck that was illegally dumping here. Well, turns out they were able to track down who did it. So this case has now been investigated by authorities there. And now to a traffic alert for you should know about. TxDOT says drivers need to be aware of a long-term road closure happening along Interstate 20, the service road, the frontage road near FM 1788. It'll be closed through March 27th. TxDOT says drivers should use the posted detour route and expect delays, especially during peak travel times. Multiple lane closures are in effect in the area, but the main lanes of I-20 remain open. TxDOT wants to remind you to slow down and stay alert for workers and equipment in the area. Now to downtown Midland, where there's a bit of a closure there. This is on Wall Street between Carrizo and Marionfield, right downtown. This will be near the City Hall. It'll be closed until Friday. The City of Midland saying that the road is closed for emergency utility work to fix a water main break. So keep that in mind for your commute around the area for the rest of the work week. In Big Spring, the city has had a boil water notice, as you know, since last Wednesday, an entire week just about. Officials, though, have now rescinded that boil water notice. So keep that in mind. Officials say if you have any questions about the cancellation, to reach out to the Public Works Director. In education, now Big Spring ISD School Board holding a public hearing about the district's annual report, which does include the Texas Academic Performance Report. The hearing will be held in conjunction with the regularly scheduled board meeting. This is happening next Monday on the 9th at 5:15 in the Big Spring ISD School Board room. More news in our community. This is great here. Midland Fire Department Captain Raymond Caza is retiring after more than 31 years of service to the Tall City. Captain Kaza is completing his final shift with MFD and is then heading into his retirement. He began his career back on February 1st, 1995, and officials say his leadership and dedication have left a lasting impact on the department. We wish him the very best in his retirement. An update now on a story we brought you earlier this week, where the Midland Animal Shelter was reported to be at max capacity and some of the dogs were at risk of being put down. But Fix West Texas has stepped up and helped get 20 dogs into safe and loving homes. Midland Animal Shelter says they're always in need of foster support. So if you'd like to help them out, or hey, maybe even find your own furry friend, stop by their shelter at 1200 North Fairgrounds Road. That is the Midland Animal Services building. Over in Odessa, Ector County's completed the first phase of the new courthouse project downtown. But before they move forward, they wanted to give you an opportunity to ask questions and offer input. An open house was originally scheduled for the 27th, but had to be postponed. First Alert 7's Rachel Fortunato attended the open house yesterday and brings us the details.
Come be a part of this. Come be informed and speak from a level of information.
This event featured a series of stations to inform the public about all the different parts of the project.
It's just a good way for them to come and learn about the process, why we chose the process, how we've arrived at where we've arrived at this point, and then what we're planning to do going forward and how that affects the community as a whole.
The county has put together all the different comments they received from community surveys and addressed their guiding principles to formulate these designs.
We do our best to get those core beliefs from our community and apply those to the facility.
These include the new courthouse, civic park, parking garage, post office, and library. At each station, a county or project representative was also available to answer any questions.
This is ultimately a public facility that is a much larger project than any of us. It'll be around here much longer than any commissioner court member's 4-year term or any elected official's 4-year term. We're talking about 40 plus years, 60, 70 years. And so this is a massive project for the future. It's one that we want to have public involvement in. We want a courthouse facility that reflects the people it serves. And so we need those people it's going to serve, the members of the public, to be involved in this process.
Hall says many attendees enjoyed the event and the chance to be involved.
Most of them have said nice display, really informative, like the way it looks.
And that was your Morning Extra for today. You can find all the latest news, weather, and sports by logging on to firstalert7.com, our mobile news app, or by following the First Alert 7 Facebook page. Let's take a live look outside this morning now over the beautiful skies of Pecos. Looking great out there. Sunrise starting to show there. Beautiful colors out in the distance. This is facing northeast along Interstate 20 in Pecos. Coming up next, we'll have a look at your in-depth First Alert forecast with meteorologist Sawyer McElroy once again here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. And take us with you wherever you go. Watch your favorite shows from First Alert 7 here. Download it on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings with us on Wake Up West Texas from 5 to 7, and then Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 every weekday morning. You can also watch us live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
Now from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines as we do start off the day a touch cooler for our Wednesday and into Thursday as well. But looking ahead to a big warm up into the weekend, slight rain chances do return to the forecast coming up on Sunday, continuing into next week as well. Here's a look at our temperature trend throughout the next 10 days. We are going to see those temperatures above normal throughout the extended forecast, with precipitation chances, like I mentioned, returning on Sunday. Best chances coming up Sunday night into Monday throughout the day and Monday night as well. I think I broke my clicker when I dropped it earlier. Here's a look at satellite and radar as we do start off the day. We are hanging on to some clouds, but otherwise quiet conditions this morning. And here's a look. Yes, I think I broke it. Hold on. Here's a look at temperatures across the state this morning, sitting in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. 33 currently at Midland International Air and Spaceport. Those winds anywhere from being calm to about 25 miles per hour. Strongest winds across the Gulf this morning. And that is where they did see some showers. Those have pushed off into the Gulf, though, but otherwise quiet conditions to start off the day. Wind chill values are going to range currently from the 20s to the 60s, feeling like 26 at Midland International Air and Spaceport. And coming up later today, it is going to be sunny and nice. High today of 61, low overnight of 32. If you are traveling to Dallas, expect a high of 58 with mostly sunny skies. 62 with sunshine for Houston, 65 with sunshine for Austin, 56 with sunshine for Lubbock. Looking at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast, we are going to see similar conditions heading into Thursday, a few degrees warmer, but then that big warm up heading into the weekend with highs into the 70s and even mid 70s at that coming up on Saturday. Those rain chances do return to the forecast starting on Sunday.
All right, I have to say this forecast not looking too bad at all. Warming up so nicely as we head into the weekend. 75. That is going to be very warm, Sawyer. Some areas could even be approaching that 80-degree mark.
Yeah, you know, of course, our Big Bend area, Presidio area, the southern portions of the region looking to be near those 80s. But for the Midland Odessa area, 75. That is not anywhere near our record because the current record, I believe, was about 83 degrees, and that was set back in the 1930s.
Okay, so definitely almost a 100-year-old record, but like you said, we're not really on record watch heading into this weekend. Glad to see rain chances coming back into the forecast early Monday, but slim right now. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
All right, Sawyer, thank you very much. Back here at the desk, I'm joined now by our special guest, First Alert 7's Lauren Munt. Thanks for joining us on Extra.
I'm so excited to be here. I've been watching you guys on Facebook this week
Thank
for
you.
your launch. Very, very cool thing that we're doing here at First Alert 7. Like I said, I've been watching you guys all week. You guys are doing fantastic. You really annoyed me yesterday, and we had a discussion about this. You guys have been using styrofoam cups on set. It looks bad, Matthew. I'm going to tell you again.
Yes, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Look, we fixed the problem.
The nice mugs.
Amazing extra mugs. It really bothered me to see the styrofoam cups on our amazing set, and just for such a great program, you guys did something a little extra for
so we
your new
appreciate
show.
it. They look really nice. Love to see Extra. That's what the whole show is about here. So glad. Thank you very much for that.
Of course.
Now, of course, you're coming on Extra to talk about a few stories that you're working on because you're going to be moving. We talked about Jacob Brandenburg moving to all of our other newscasts, News at Noon, News at 4 with Isabella Garriga, but also you're moving as well.
I am. I'm moving to mornings. I'm so excited. I am here to report for you guys. I am here to do any kind of reporting that you guys need. With that comes a lot of stories.
Definitely.
Things that we've talked about, some new franchises launching soon, some new segments. I'm just really excited to be a part of such an awesome team in our newsroom. You guys are so amazing. You guys are all so supportive of each other. And I just absolutely cannot wait to be a part of this early team.
Yes,
I'm not
early in the morning.
forward to that. This is my first trial day of it. I've done Wake Up West Texas in the past. I've come here to report. I reported a week ago on Wake Up West Texas for all of the winter storm stuff, and I absolutely love getting to do that, to be out there live in the field for you guys early in the morning, and that's what I'm going to continue to do for the foreseeable future, and I can't wait.
You're no stranger to Wake Up West Texas over the years. You've definitely been there for a lot of things going on, weather and other stories that you've covered as well, from also a few things opening up, like the Illinois Art Museum.
Absolutely.
You name it, you've been there for all of them. So very
all
excited.
Of the openings, getting to do so many live interviews with you guys. So dark and early is what we say. Dark and early.
That's right.
And I'm looking forward to continue to doing that, just with anything going on in West Texas. One of the things that we've discussed, I know you wanted to talk about some of those upcoming stories.
What you're working on.
Yes, I A lot.
I
I'm working
bet.
on a lot, Matthew.
I bet. We still have a couple of minutes here, so we have until 7:26. We're going to be joining our
Perfect.
TV viewers at that time.
I have a lot of stories I'm working on. One that I'm especially proud of and I can't wait to get started is a new segment we're going to call The People That Wake Up West Texas. Obviously, we know that we have a fantastic morning crew who wakes up every morning at what time do you wake up?
Like 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like 3:30. I woke up at 3:30 this morning. So we have a fantastic team who wakes up super, super early. But you guys aren't alone. There are so many West Texans who are waking up really, really early to get our cities up and running. You've got your donut shop owners, you've got your custodians, you've got garbage truck drivers. And
Yes,
I
so
am
many
so
people.
excited to dive into those stories and show just who's keeping West Texas running when most of us are sleeping.
Are you taking entries and submissions?
I am, absolutely.
Ideas,
If you
where
have
can
an
they go?
idea, if you have someone that you know gets up super early, please reach out. Reach out to me on Facebook. You can email me, anything like that. We'd love to hear those stories just so we can highlight more of those jobs that are up like before dawn. It's
Invaluable.
ridiculous.
I love that. This is a great idea. So much to look forward to with Lauren joining our team. Great storytelling to come. Very excited to have you with us. Also, something you just recently did, made a big announcement with a local business that's now up and coming in the middle of the heart of Odessa, something that we really don't have around here.
No, and it's something that we've really been looking forward to, something that a lot of Odessans have really wanted, and that's a food truck park.
A food truck
We
park.
have
Awesome.
amazing small businesses that are rooted in food trucks, who've gotten their start in food trucks and moved on to brick and mortar restaurants. Those food trucks are so vital to our community. And to now have a space where those food trucks can just sit and park for a while and you can go and enjoy them is just absolutely fantastic. There's an amazing team behind this family run and operated business that is just going to bring a completely new dining experience to Odessa.
It's going to be wonderful. Why don't we take a look at what Lauren worked on?
This new Grub Hub is bringing a whole new dining concept to downtown Odessa. I sat down with the owner to learn just a little bit more about how this idea came to be.
And then, of course, as we come around over here, this will be our sitting area with all our big screen TVs, so the families can come in and enjoy their meals, their drinks.
Mike Benavides is a born and raised Odessan.
So I've heard several times that people were looking at doing something like this. I've never heard anybody actually doing it.
So he's finally doing it.
I just wanted a nice, clean area where people can come and enjoy their food.
Now, this is pretty different from his day job. With 30 plus years in the landscaping business, this has certainly been a challenge.
It's been a learning experience, but it's one of those deals where you learn as you go.
So what can a landscaper bring to the West Texas food scene? Well, for starters, a pretty cool looking space.
We're going to have a variety of foods, games, family oriented, so I think it'll be positive.
The new downtown Grub Hub is family owned and operated, something that Mr. Benavides hopes translates into the rest of the business.
This last area here is going to be a separate area. We're going to allow birthday parties here. If you have group events that you want to have a private area just to kind of sit and talk.
In the coming days, as finishing touches are made, the downtown Grub Hub will be ready for guests and, of course, food trucks. While they don't have an opening date quite yet, we're hoping to see them turn the lights on very soon. Reporting from the downtown Grub Hub, I'm Lauren Munt for Alert 7 News.
So good to see that coming to Odessa, and for Lauren joining us as well. Another big thing happening in the way of local businesses, the tailgate. They announced that they were closing, and that made a lot of rounds on social media. So a lot of people were talking about it.
Yeah, now the team has rebranded as Out West and is moving into a larger space, hosting all of their events at the Horseshoe Arena in Midland.
Yeah, the team very excited for the transition. The Horseshoe can host 7,000 people, much more than the 2,600 that their original capacity was. They say they're grateful to have outgrown the old space, and Oat fans will join them now at their new journey.
We're so excited. We've been blown away by all of the support that we've gotten from the community this past week. It was a big week for us, and we were hoping people would follow us with this transition, and it seems like people really did. So that's a blessing for us, and we have a lot of announcements coming up, and we can't wait for people to see what we're doing out west.
The Out West team says that they plan to offer new ways for people to experience their concerts and events, including more photo opportunities and an overall experience from the moment you arrive in the parking lot to the time that you leave.
So cool. I'm glad to see, because I mean, I saw the post, I saw the video, I'm like, what? I love that space. It's really cool. I mean, it's a great location there, but it makes sense. The Horseshoe always looking to partner with some great people who can bring in excellent acts concerts, things to do for Midland. So makes a lot of sense, this partnership.
And of course, that increased capacity is going to do so much. You know, you could only have 2,600 people, now over 7,000.
I mean, that is
such
lot more.
a big difference. So hopefully we can get some big names in here at the Horseshoe.
Yes, and I think they're already working on that. They've already kind of posted a few things that they're going to be doing this spring. They're going to have a UFC style fight inside of the arena. It's going to be a lot going on at the Horseshoe, so excited to see what Out West does with that. But look at the time. We're now going to take a moment for a news and weather update to update our viewers on First Alert 7 on CBS, so stay with us right here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning, everyone. Time now is 7:26. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy on a bit of a chilly Wednesday.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a chilly start to our day, but temperatures are going to be warming up nicely. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. A touch cooler overall, though, as we head through the day, with cooler temperatures heading into Thursday as well. A big warm up is on the way heading into the weekend, with slight rain chances returning to the forecast. The good news is, because of our warm temperatures, we are just going to see rain as the precipitation falling throughout the next 10 days. Here's a live look outside over the skies of Presidio this morning into Ojinaga, Mexico. Looking absolutely gorgeous. That sunrise out there. Temperatures currently sitting at 47 in Presidio, 34 currently in Midland and Odessa. A little bit breezy, as you can see from our iCam out there, but not terrible across the region this morning. Anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour. And those wind chill values anywhere from the 20s to the 40s, feeling like 28 currently in Midland. Hanging on to some clouds, especially for those southern portions of the region, but quiet conditions to start off the day. And temperatures will warm nicely into the 50s and 60s by this afternoon and evening. 61 for Midland and Odessa's high today, 62 for Pecos, 61 for Fort Stockton, 68 for Presidio, and winds anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Coming up tonight, expect clear skies, quiet conditions. A little bit chilly once again, though, as we head into our Thursday, with lows into the 20s and 30s, and those wind chill values anywhere from the teens to the 20s for most. Feeling like 25 by about this time tomorrow morning in the Midland Odessa area, so definitely going to need that jacket. But you should not need that jacket coming up this weekend, looking at that First Alert 7-10-day forecast, where highs will be back into the 70s.
Sawyer, thank you very much. We are tracking crime now in Odessa, where police arrested a man for stealing from a Cricket Wireless store on 8th Street in Odessa back on January 26th. That's when police were called there for an alarm. They say hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise was stolen by two men caught on surveillance video. A few days later, officers were patrolling outside of that same store at 4:30 in the morning when they saw this man, 32-year-old Jonathan Guetta, walking around the building. Police say he matched the suspect's description, was found with stolen property from the store. Guetta was arrested and charged with burglary of a building, but police are still looking for that other suspect. Now to a traffic alert in Midland County, where TxDOT says drivers need to be aware of some long-term road projects going on along Interstate 20, mostly in the frontage road, the westbound area near FM 1788. That's happening through March 27th. TxDOT saying drivers should expect delays in this area, as well as road crews during peak times. Multiple lane closures are happening on the frontage road, but not the main lanes of I-20. Those will remain open. And we'll have another check of your news and weather right here on First Alert 7 in half an hour. Join us live streaming on Wake Up West Texas Extra on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Make it a great day.
From First Alert 7 News, with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Extra, good morning, half past the hour, 7:31. Thanks so much for streaming with us here on First Alert 7, as well as our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who's watching on our Facebook. Write a comment, drop a comment, say hey.
We're
We'd
keeping
love
our
to
eye
shout
on it.
you out. Of course, my mother is watching. Thank you, Mom, for the engagement this morning. We also have Marilyn, and I believe, who else do we have in there?
We have Elena Franco. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for commenting. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, just hit us up right there. We're watching the comment section throughout the entirety of the show. Speaking of, we like to hear what West Texas thinks. We want them to weigh in. So let's look at our live poll going on right now on our website. What is the best game day food? We're obviously talking about the Super Bowl 60 coming up this Sunday. There's so many different game day foods, but here's the most popular categories. Right now, chips and dip is in the lead, and that's my category of choice.
I agree with that. I am a chips and dip girly. I love dip, whether it's guac, queso, salsa, chicken dip, bean dip, 7-layer dip. Do you guys have 7-layer dip out here?
Sure
Is that
do.
a thing?
Of course
Okay,
we do.
cool.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Just checking. I don't know if it's like
We have all
regional or
kinds of
whatever.
bean dips and queso. That's part of a dip, by the way, as well. I consider that a dip. But sliders, not yet on the board. Hopefully we get somebody going into sliders eventually. But wings. Oh, speaking of, there we go. Okay, it's balancing out a little bit more. Wings, though, definitely going to, I'm surprised by that. Those should be top pick. That was Jacob's pick.
Well, we've discussed this before. I'm not a big wing fan.
I'm not either.
On National Wing Day.
Me
Jacob,
neither.
though, loves his wings. He loves
does.
his boneless wings, which may be chicken nuggets, but it's fine.
And he said, to the haters, it's fine. They're still wings. And I agree with that. I like a boneless wing every once in a while. I'm not into chicken. But it is a darn chicken nugget, so I'll take it.
Why would you? I definitely get boneless wings over
Bone,
wings with
like
bones
the-
because then you have to eat around it. Then you feel like you're wasting half the meat anyway.
Sure, yeah.
And so I don't know.
Get
But
more
anyway.
bang for your buck with boneless, I feel
Exactly,
like.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that for sure.
All right, well, make sure to take us with you wherever you go, work, the grocery store, you name it. You can watch your favorite First Alert 7 shows on our app. Download it now on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings with Wake Up West Texas from 5 to 7, and then Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 every weekday morning. You can also watch us live on the First Alert 7 Facebook page and YouTube channel. I was showing my grandpa how to find us on YouTube yesterday.
That's good.
He was very excited.
It's cool because you can watch us live on YouTube. I'm sorry, can we go back to the poll? I forgot. We have a second poll. Our producer will switch the poll to our second poll of the day. We want you to talk about it as well. And the question is, are you a cat or dog person, fish person, other? I like that option. Cats are in the lead right now, surprisingly. 58% of the vote over dogs, 42%. I'm a bit unusual. I like both. What?
I'm just intrigued by our pet preference from people this morning.
I am too. I'm surprised. I like the fish idea. My dad's a fish guy. He eats them as well, but also for pets.
I had a frog once.
Did you? I had turtles.
I think I told you
Little
about the
tiny
frog.
turtles. Yes, you did tell me about the
Yes.
frog.
They were,
Rip.
I don't remember what they were named. Yes, Rip.
Goodness. Poor
But
frog.
yes, I'm a dog person. I'm definitely allergic to cats. So that's
Oh,
mostly
that's-
why
yep,
I
that's
dislike
true.
cats, because I will die. But dogs, my family's had, I don't know, like 8 now.
Wow.
Since in 10 years. So we have a lot of dogs. I have a dog out here, Cozy.
Yes.
She's a beagle.
I have had the opportunity to watch Cosette many a time.
Yes.
And next week, apparently, or next month.
I was like, next week? No. But yes.
Goodness. Well, let us know what your preference is. Scan that QR code. Go to firstalert7.com/vote. Also, comment in the comments below. Let us know what you voted for there as well. But now, time for our great famous iCam tour, where we take you anywhere in the entire world. Where's this at shaking around a little bit?
That is Presidio.
Oh, is it breezy?
Yeah, a little bit there, yeah. They still have that front kind of hanging around south.
I don't
of
think I've
the
ever
area
seen that
this
camera
morning.
bouncing.
It's zoomed in a little bit, of course.
Oh,
that kind of
okay.
like makes it worse, and then yeah, it's a little bit
Sure.
breezy there.
Presidio's beautiful, by the way. That camera is something else.
I
It's
think
so
it is.
nice.
Yeah, I think it'd be very
Shout out to our
gorgeous.
Presidio viewers. We love Presidio. Love that community. Really, really cool. Very far away from where. Glad to see that they're still First Alert 7 viewers, though, even that far away down on the border.
Yes, very, very far away, but yes, thank you for watching us, even if you are in that area. Maybe shout us out, comment on Facebook.
Please do.
And tell us where you're watching from. That would be nice to know. Where are you watching from? If you are in our area, or even if you're not, and this just popped up across your Facebook page, let us know.
Yeah.
And speaking of letting us know where you're from, I don't know what segue that
Oh,
was, but let's head
London.
across the pond to London this morning. Of course, you can see the eye, the I don't know what it's called, the Shard.
The Shard.
Yes, the Shard out there. And
What a
surprisingly
name.
not terribly smoggy this morning, because half the time we look at the camera and you can't see it.
Covered
because
in
there's
smog.
so much smog out there. I also do want to head to the Netherlands, because we have a camera in the Netherlands, and I think it's very cool and fun to head to. And of course, the Olympics start this week. So
Oh, that's true.
I'd
Winter
love
Olympics.
To, cheer for.
Oh, this is the panning camera. I love
Yes,
this camera because it
love
goes back
this
and forth.
camera. It moves. It heads toward the Bay Area. There's a little coffee, tea, lunch shop there.
A scone.
Well, no, that's okay. That's Britain, but okay.
Or maybe a Danish. Yes. Maybe
yes,
so.
Kind of.
Forgive us for
maybe.
not knowing what, maybe bagel and lock kind of thing.
That's also London.
Oh, okay. Goodness gracious. Well,
But anyway, so
Europe is on my bucket list eventually. I'm glad you have European cameras. I think that's really nice.
Yeah, we also have one. Well, it's technically not where the Olympics are, but we do have one also in Rome, Italy, even though the Olympics are in
Good morning, sir.
Milan Cortina. Yes.
Can't hear me.
Hello, person over in the Netherlands who will probably never see this, but that's fine.
You never say never.
then
I have
there
a
is-
friend in France, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Jean-Marc Bordeaux in Bordeaux, France. Yes, that is the Vatican. In Vatican City, in Rome.
Yes, so
Technically-
close to the Olympics, but not really, because the Olympics are in also Italy, but not Rome.
Not Rome, very different part of Italy, but yes, really, really cool to
Let's
see.
how far that is, actually. Really
To see the
quick. Yes.
distance there. Vatican City, really nice out there. Of course, have Pope Leo getting close to his first year.
Has
But
it
really
really
cool.
almost been a year?
been a year. Pope
That's
Francis, I believe, died in February or March.
crazy.
Elected a
Rome
pope
is
not long
nowhere
after.
near Milan, like at all.
I would say it's the opposite side of the country, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
Rome is kind of
On
like
the
on the
boot.
left. Yeah, the left like forward part of the boot.
Okay.
And Milan is literally like where your like calf or your like knee would be. If it was like
Good
a knee-high
description,
boot,
Sawyer.
yes,
I
it
like
would
that.
be,
That's
like, where
good.
your knee would be. But
Good
anyway.
description. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for taking us to Italy, where the Pope is in the Vatican City. Looking great out there. St. Peter's Basilica. Looking at that in the distance as well. Beautiful start to the day there. We're really actually much further in the day in that part of the country. Where's this at now?
Midland.
Midland, our home, looking beautiful out there as we look into the sun. In about an hour, this shot will be fully sunlit.
Yes.
So
we will
enjoy
be
it
blinded
now.
by the sun.
All right, looking good. I want to show you some of these videos here we have this morning, Sawyer. A true community effort underway in Mayville, New York, as volunteers and students work together to build the ice castle ahead of their annual winter festival over President's Day weekend, which is coming up February 16th. So it's going to come up Valentine's Day weekend. And they're working so hard. Look at the weight, the amount of ice they have to pick up with the heavy machinery they have to bring in to make this happen.
I love
Dangerous.
That. I love ice castles. I love, anything. made
Winter
out of-
sports, almost.
Yeah, I love winter sports, of course. I'm very excited for the Olympics. But yeah, this is really cool, and how it's students building it and getting in on that together. In Colorado, we have the Castle Rock ice castles.
I think we've actually, I think, run them actually.
Yeah, we've talked about them before. So that's always fun to go to. I've actually never been there, but it's fine.
Yeah,
So.
really cool. And I mean, just look how heavy. I can't imagine the danger behind this, which is why, the students are part of it, but the adults are moving them around very
Yes.
carefully because that's actual weight behind all of these ice blocks there. Pretty cool to see. This Valentine's Day, Dave & Buster's is delivering a proposal experience unlike anything you've ever seen before, Sawyer. The brand is transforming its viral human crane into a one-of-a-kind engagement moment by placing five different $15,000 3-carat diamond engagement rings designed by Platinum Days inside the game at select stores, maybe the one in Lubbock, I don't know, for couples that are ready to take their relationship to the next level. The level.
Intriguing.
Pretty cool. I like the idea. I think that's really cool. $15,000? I mean, the rule is what, 3 months' salary? Goodness gracious, that's a lot for some folks. Gosh, yeah, ring pop might be more my standard
I
there,
would
but
do this, and then I would sell the ring, because
and maybe just get something. Yeah, use the money, get something cheaper.
smaller, put it towards the wedding.
Good, very good advice there, Sawyer. Sawyer has the good wedding advice there because I have a friend of mine who's getting married soon, and she's like, yeah, we're trying to save the money for that because everything's so expensive. The ring is just a small part of that for sure. Tiffany McElroy says Cripple Creek.
Oh, it is Cripple Creek, not Castle Rock, yes.
Oh, she was correct. Okay.
For the ice castles.
Thank you very much, Miss McElroy. We appreciate it, Mrs. McElroy. We do appreciate that. We also want your take on this diamond ring engagement gift that you can find inside Dave & Buster's. Our closest one a couple hours away.
Okay, so we need to go to Dave & Buster's now. I didn't know there was one in Lubbock.
You just want the ring just to
No,
turn
not the
around and
ring.
sell?
I just want to go to Dave & Buster's.
We should go. That would be a fun morning show trip.
Yes.
Jacob's still invited, of course.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
debatable.
well, to be determined.
Anyway.
Anyways, take a look at this. Today marks 20 years since Facebook launched. We talked about this during Wake Up West Texas. Mark Zuckerberg was a Harvard University sophomore when he introduced the social networking site to fellow students. Facebook buried early rivals like MySpace, which I had a MySpace, and Friendster. I did not have a Friendster. I don't even know what that is. Now, 2 decades ago after its launch, I should say now, these days, the social media giant continues to show unprecedented staying power, being the standard of social media platforms. Even though others have come onto the field, TikTok being huge right now. But as far as American social media goes, Facebook is at the top of that. Instagram really close as well, but also owned by Facebook.
Yeah, it's, the same
thing.
company.
Yeah.
So, I like Facebook. I don't really post on it a lot. We were
I don't
talking
either.
about this
I'm private.
earlier. Yeah, you haven't posted in, oh goodness.
Years.
Let's look. Let's do some
I'm talking my
research.
personal page.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
talking about
I haven't
that.
posted probably since I graduated high school, or maybe got hired here. I post big moments in my life, or maybe even when I got promoted to morning anchor 8 years ago.
Well, the bad news is a lot of people wish you happy birthday, and so that pops up.
I
or
try to-
will tag you and stuff, and then that pops up too.
Yeah, I try to keep up with those at least.
Let's see, where's your
And I'm by the way, I should mention, I am active on Facebook. I scroll through things, I keep up with it, but I don't post things. I'm just not into doing that. For work, obviously, news is different, but
You
yeah.
updated your profile picture
did.
on March 8th, 2024.
I would say that was taken inside the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C.
So, and then you also got your truck.
Ah,
March of
yes. I did not
2024.
post that, though, to be fair.
However, it was shared by you.
It was
so
shared. Good point.
Technically, you did post. But
Maybe
anyway.
I did. Good to know. Goodness gracious. Well, we've still got a lot more to come here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Thank you for streaming with us. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Now from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. Here's a look at those temperatures as we do start off the day. Temperatures currently ranging from the 30s to the 50s. 34 in Midland and Odessa currently. Those winds anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour. And those wind chill values anywhere from the 20s to the 40s. Feeling like 30 currently in Midland. We are hanging on to some clouds, especially for those southern portions of the region and into north and northeastern portions of the region as well. We are looking to see a few clouds heading through the day, but overall quiet conditions and sunny to mostly sunny skies, and that will continue into Thursday as well. Temperatures will warm nicely into the 50s and 60s by this afternoon and evening, similar to what we saw yesterday, about 61 for Midland and Odessa, 62 for Pecos, 61 for Fort Stockton, 68 for Presidio. Those winds anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour, continuing through the day. Looking at that First Alert 7-10-day forecast, temperatures will warm up heading into the weekend with highs into the 70s, 71 coming up by Friday, 75 on Saturday. And we are looking to see those warm temperatures, like I mentioned, and some slight rain chances as well, starting on Sunday, continuing into Monday, Tuesday, and really throughout the majority of next week as well.
All right, well, I have to say this forecast is not looking too bad at all. Nice to see rain chances making a comeback for Monday, because I know we need it, even though we surprisingly are not below where we should be this time of the year, but soon could be.
Yes, we definitely could be if we don't get rain, of course, within the next couple of months. So something to keep an eye on. Hopefully we'll get measurable rainfall, but even if we do get measurable rainfall, I don't think it's going to be too much, because these are just looking at, light showers, a little bit more than mist, but nothing crazy. And with thunderstorms, you can always get a little bit heavier rainfall and, of course, more rainfall. But these are just looking like good old showers.
Not bad at all. I want to go to our poll now. We have a new poll that we've added in. Our producer has added in. Let's see what it is. I'm curious. So we have our pet preference poll. That is 50-50 cat and dog. That makes sense. I think that's going to be a way this poll goes. No one's voted for fish. Why not the fish? You said what? Oh, okay. It's not letting him present it. We can't. What is it? You can tell me. Ah, that's a good question.
That is a very good question.
Would you accept an engagement at Dave & Buster's? Because there is that engagement ring. $15,000 ring inside their ginormous mechanical hand claw machine game. You could get 5 of those rings.
It's the human claw.
The human claw, there you go. That's what it's called. And you could win one of those. So would you accept an engagement? I mean, would you?
I mean,
Dave & Buster's, good food, $15,000 ring.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. I mean, especially, like I said, I think we should just go anyway and try to get a ring if it's at the Lubbock
Just
one.
try and get it anyway.
And then we can pawn it off.
I can't imagine the line if someone sees it in there, because it's select location. So there you go. Oh, here it is. 100% saying yes, 1,000 times yes. Oh, that's a good one. I like that answer. Of course. That's a good one. Our producer's very smart.
Let me go vote on this.
Did you vote on this yourself? He's like, yes, of course. So I imagine a lot of people are going to say yes to this, but maybe there's some folks who would be, particular. They want it in Paris. They want it at Stonehenge, at UTPB. It could be anywhere.
Bass Pro.
Bass, yes.
You would. You love that.
Let me tell you. All right. Well, we'll come back to the poll throughout the rest of our show. So if you want to get in on it, go to firstalert7.com/vote. Of course, that is where you're going to be chiming in through the rest of our show. We're here till 9 a.m., so there's plenty of time.
Yes, there's a lot more shenanigans for us to get up to within the next hour and 15 minutes.
That there is. There is. Well, let's turn now to news across the nation that we're following this morning. Shocking new developments in the search for the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie.
And we are now hearing from Lindsey Vonn after she was injured last week ahead of the Winter Olympics. CBS's Jesse Mitchell has some of today's top stories.
In Arizona, the search continues for Nancy Guthrie, today co-host Savannah Guthrie's mother, who was reported missing Sunday. On Tuesday, it was revealed a ransom note was sent to a local Arizona news station containing specific details about the 84-year-old's home and what she was wearing on the night of her abduction. The legitimacy of the note has yet to be verified. U.S. forces shot down an Iranian drone that flew toward a U.S. aircraft carrier Tuesday. According to military officials, the drone aggressively approached the USS Abraham Lincoln as it sailed in the Arabian Sea. The drone was shot down by a U.S. fighter jet, and no service members were injured. And U.S. skier Lindsey Vonn says she's confident she can compete in the Winter Olympics, which begin this week, in spite of the knee injury she sustained in a crash last week. Vonn said the damage to her knee resulted in a completely ruptured ACL, as well as bone bruising. Still, she says she plans to ski in the Olympics, beginning with her first event, a downhill race on Sunday. 41-year-old Vonn is an Olympic veteran, having won 3 medals in previous Winter Games. Those are some of today's top stories. Jesse Mitchell, CBS News, New York.
A common treatment for menopause symptoms is getting harder to find. Estrogen patches provide hormone replacement therapy. Manufacturing issues, brand discontinuations, and rising demand are causing shortages of them. The FDA also removed a warning label on the product last fall, leading to an increase in prescriptions. Some women are driving miles to find the patches in stock. Others are shelling out hundreds of dollars a month to switch to brands their insurance won't cover.
Interesting. Look at this. Researchers in Wisconsin helping lead a shift towards natural food color alternatives using cranberries because, you know, they have all kinds of dyes that are made up of who knows what. Scientists at the University of Wisconsin-Madison have developed a patented process that uses lecithin. What does that say? Lecithin?
Lecithin?
Lecithin, we'll go with that.
Sure.
Instead of alcohol or acetone to extract vibrant red pigments from cranberries, red 40. They say the method is safer, more sustainable, and preserves beneficial compounds found naturally in the fruit. The resulting ingredients can be turned into powders for use in foods like protein bars, pudding, and ice cream. The first taste test began in 2023 when students launched a fruit-based gum study exploring the potential benefits of products made using this process. Now the university is thinking big picture, partnering with large-scale companies. Wisconsin-based nutrition company Alvarez said it plans to open a facility using the process later this year. The breakthrough comes as major food companies plan to eliminate synthetic dyes by the end of 2027. The industry shift is driven by consumer demand and pressure from federal regulators. I have big thoughts on this. I say this, but I really don't think I would care that much if my food was a little less vibrant, because it almost deters you nowadays, I guess, knowing that there's all these dyes in it that are not natural.
I don't know. I don't think I care what color it is, really.
Says me who ate a yellow Whopper the other day, but still.
You had the SpongeBob Whopper?
I did. I saw it and I was like, boy, that looks good.
Intriguing.
But it's made with natural dyes as well. It's kind of like they're on the bandwagon of that right now, and I think it's a good thing.
Nice. Other headlines now. Most Americans have lost spending power in the past 5 years. That's not news to most people, but here's the interesting thing. Nationally, pay rose by 18% between 2020 and 2024, while inflation went up 21%. But where you can live significantly impacts things. My Perfect Resume drilled down Bureau of Labor Statistics data to identify the 9 states where purchasing power actually grew. It went up 3.1% in Iowa, 2.6% in Florida, and 2.3% in Washington. Montana, Wyoming, and the Carolinas, along with Tennessee and Maine, also saw net positives. The states that saw the worst declines were New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Maryland.
Very interesting. Yesterday marked Target CEO Michael Fidelki's first official day on the job. He took on the role Sunday, poised to help the company as its sales have entered a long decline. For his first visit to a Target branch as CEO, he visited and toured a store in Watauga in Fort Worth. Pretty cool. Fidelki has made his way up the Target ranks, is from intern in 2003 to CEO. He says he plans to improve the company's merchandising and enhance its digital capabilities and technology to drive growth and revive sales. I like to see those kind of promotions. It's nice.
From one CEO to another, Disney has announced who will take over for Bob Iger as the CEO. That leadership role will go to Josh D'Amaro. He's the current chair of the company's parks division. That could be welcome news for investors who have watched Disney stock struggle for years. The company is involved in several highly competitive spaces like streaming, TV, and movies. In times of struggle, its theme parks are typically counted on to deliver profits when other divisions fall short. Disney TV head Dana Walden will become president of the company and chief creative officer.
As Disney looks ahead to tomorrow, they hired D'Amaro.
You know, somebody, it might be one of my friends who's also a Disney creator. He said, you know, we already have a Tomorrowland in the parks. Ha ha ha.
Your friend? I'm more interested in your friend being a Disney creator. That's wild.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of friends that are famous Disney TikTokers and creaters and stuff.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Tomorrowland is good though. That kind of played into what it was. It's just a good name.
It was a good segue, but anyway.
We're coming up to about 1:30 out from our Wake Up West Texas News and Weather update for our television viewers on First Alert 7. Thank you so much for streaming with us here live on Facebook. Your mother's here with us as well. So glad to have her with us.
She's still here. She needs to get ready for work.
I think so. I don't know. It still says Cripple Creek, so I don't know. Maybe she's already off to work.
She has to go to work.
And she's in the same time zone, so she's...
No, she's not.
She's not. Oh, Mountain Time. How can I forget? Colorado.
Yes.
How could I forget? They're so far they're north,
she has
but
to go to work.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for joining us. But we're about a minute out again. That's some interesting topics that we talked about as well. The food dye thing is very interesting. I've seen Cheetos come out with their natural brand Cheetos. They're much more pale looking Cheetos, but it seems appealing to me. I don't know if that's just because I've seen all these videos. Everybody's wanting to be more conscious about those kind of things. So pretty good.
Intriguing. I was thinking about beets for coloring, like the
juice. I drink beet juice every once in a while, and it's super thick and
it's very
concentrated.
vibrant, yes. So we'll
it's
see.
Quite the taste too. You got to dilute
we
it.
can use that instead of Red 40 or something.
That would be nice.
And then yes, the CEO of Disney. That's a big thing. You know, he has been involved in the parks throughout the years. Some changes that some people like, some people don't like. They just closed the dinosaur ride at Walt Disney World.
What was that called?
this week. Literally dinosaur.
Oh, it's just called the Dinosaur Ride. Okay.
Yes. But that closed this week, and then they're revamping Dino Land to, I think, Encanto?
Encanto. Okay, that was a good movie. I just watched that, actually, by the way.
Oh.
Very good movie.
Intriguing.
I enjoyed it.
Now you know about the supersonic hearing.
I do, yes. Gift.
Yes.
Not of mine, though. We're going to take a moment for our news and weather update for CBS viewers. Stay with us.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Time now is 7:56. Good morning to you and happy Wednesday. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy with a check of the forecast. Sawyer, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. Happy Wednesday. It is a little bit chilly as we do start off the day. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. A touch cooler overall for today and into our Thursday as well. A big warm up is ahead heading into the weekend with slight rain chances making their return to the forecast. Here's a live look outside over the skies of Midland, where we are currently being blinded by the sun, but that's okay. Temperatures currently ranging from the 30s to the 50s, sitting at 34 in Midland and Odessa right now, with those winds anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour, and that is making for wind chill values anywhere from the 20s to the 40s, feeling like 30 currently in Midland, feeling like 25 at Midland International Air and Spaceport. Hanging on to some clouds across the region, especially for southern portions of the region and northern and eastern parts of the area, but Midland, Odessa, seeing lots of sunshine currently. Temperatures will warm into the 50s and 60s, a little bit cooler than yesterday, but still not too bad for this time of year. 61 for Midland and Odessa, 62 for Pecos, 61 for Fort Stockton, 68 for Presidio. Coming up tonight, expect clear skies, those lows into the 20s and 30s, 32 for Midland and Odessa, so right around freezing as we head into our Thursday morning, but we are going to see those wind chill values in the teens and 20s, foremost coming up by about 7 a.m. tomorrow. So definitely want to grab that jacket as you're headed out the door, both today and tomorrow morning as well. Temperatures will warm up nicely coming up Thursday and into the weekend, where highs are looking to return to the 70s, even mid 70s by Saturday, ahead of some slight rain chances coming up for the second half of the weekend and into the start of the new week.
Sawyer, thank you very much. Let's talk education in Big Spring, where the school board is holding a public hearing on the district annual report, which includes the Texas Academic Performance Report. The hearing will be held in conjunction with the regularly scheduled board meeting, which is set for Monday, February 9th at 5:15 in their boardroom. In the community as well, Midland Fire Department honoring Captain Raymond Kaza for more than 31 years of service to Midland. Captain Kaza is completing his final shift with MFD and then heading into retirement. Kaza began his career on February 1st, 1995, and officials say his leadership and dedication have left a lasting impact on the department. An update now on a story we first brought you earlier this week, where Midland Animal Shelter was reported to be at full capacity as some of the dogs were at risk of being put down. But Fix West Texas stepped up and helped get 20 dogs into safe and loving homes. Midland Animal Shelter says they're always in need of fosters, so if you'd like to help them out, you can go by their shelter at 1200 North Fairgrounds Road. And we'll have another check of the news and weather coming your way in just half an hour. Join us on Wake Up West Texas Extra, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and our website. Make it a great day.
From First Alert 7 News, with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Extra, good morning to you. Thank you so much for waking up with us on. That's just the point of the show where we're just losing it. Yes, exactly. So glad to have you streaming with us here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as firstalert7.com and your connected TV, because you can take us with you wherever you go.
Yeah, you know, you can take us to work, the grocery store, school. Maybe don't watch us at school unless you're in college, but also
That's
probably
right.
don't do that either.
Pay attention.
But you can watch your favorite First Alert 7 shows on our app. Download it now on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings, of course, with Wake Up West Texas from 5 to 7, and then Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 every weekday morning. You can also watch us live on the First Alert 7 Facebook page, where we have a couple viewers right now, and YouTube channel as well. I showed my grandpa how to watch us on YouTube yesterday. He was very excited. He was like, I didn't know you could do this.
Oh, really? Good. Okay. That's nice.
He's like 76, so.
I get it. No, my grandpa as
He's
well.
excused.
For my grandpa, he won't mind if I talk about this. So he's had satellite provider forever and a day, as most people have had at some point. We have been waiting to cut the cord as long as possible, bills and stuff like that. But, you know, there came a time where it's, you know, hey, you're going to have to go to YouTube or whatever it may be, provider service, streaming platform service. I won't call it out. And it's been a whole thing. Training on, because it's not like these smart TVs open up to that app every time. You have to go find it when you open your TV.
You know what he needs? He needs a remote that does the voice text.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't
That's
think
what
about
my
that.
grandparents have.
'Cause
So they just say
navigating is a
open
pain.
YouTube, and it opens YouTube. And then once they get to YouTube, they can do the voice text and be like, search First Alert 7 Wake Up West Texas Extra. And then it goes to that.
That's a good idea. I might do that if he's watching.
have great
That's
ideas.
a great idea because, yes, it's the navigating, finding left, right, up, down, because a lot of these newer remotes will have just a circle. It doesn't show an arrow, and so it's like push down. He's like, there's no darn down arrow.
I
And
don't think she's watching anymore, but my mom hates my remote. She was here a couple weeks ago, and she was like, Sawyer, help me. I can't get it. I don't know what the pause is. I don't know how to get there. I'm like,
I hope
"Mom,
she's
it's-"
watching.
I don't think
She's at work.
She's driving to work right now.
Goodness.
But yeah, and then she like threw it on accident, and then, like the batteries flew out. I think that's happened every time she's come to visit me. So.
Well,
Just calling out my mom. Sorry, Mom. Love
goodness
you.
gracious, that's an interesting story. We have a few polls that we've got put into our show. Our producers worked hard to put some polls in. Let's see what they are. Right now, what is the best Cheeto color? That's an interesting one. Orange cheese. We have red flamin' hot. I'm surprised that's not on the list yet. I guess we just opened this poll, so it's just brand new. Colorless. That is kind of like the new one they're going for, that kind of pale color I'm talking about. We just got done talking about dyes. Everyone's going towards this natural dye color, which may not be as vibrant, but it's quote unquote better for you, I guess they want to say. You know, there's studies still going into this, but I'm happy with colorless, honestly. I'm not one like I have to have my food vibrant. It almost deters me nowadays.
As long as it still tastes the same, I don't really care what
Right,
the color is.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think the taste, as long as you keep that consistent, you're going to win.
Yeah, I do like regular Cheetos though, and I like the Cheetos Puffs. Those are really good.
Those are good. Those are very good. Are there any other polls we can pull up here? Oh, we have something else. Red Flamin' Hot. I knew that would get on the board. A lot of the youngsters these days, I mean,
I like the Takis.
it says the
and
28-year-old,
stuff.
but I'm just saying.
Youngsters.
I don't like hot Cheetos. I think they look bad for you. I've seen, I don't know how many videos back in the day of them setting them on fire and they, you know, chemicals. I don't know. I
You
also
can do
don't.
that with Doritos too. Doritos can be used as kindling. They catch on fire very nicely.
Oh, and I love Doritos. Okay, well,
Yes.
who am I?
Anyway. But also we have what is the best game day food? Of course, the Super Bowl coming up this weekend.
Oh, yes.
Super Bowl 60 with the Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks. Wings
What a
is an
matchup.
option. Chips and dip and sliders. We have 18% saying sliders, 55% saying chips and dip. I know that's our choice, Matthew.
Definitely.
And then wings, 27%.
Love a bean dip, 7-layer dip. I've had friends who make up dips of I don't know how many layers. And it's amazing because there's always guac involved, always beans involved, and cheese. You just win with all those three.
Yeah, you know, you get the best of both worlds there.
That's right.
Really looking forward to some guac this weekend. I told Jacob we need some guac, and then I'm making buffalo chicken dip.
I'm getting the pizza. Got to get the pizza. Any other polls you want to show us this morning? Curious, what's your pet preference? That's a good question. I voted dog. Even though I grew up as a cat guy, dog. Yeah, I did actually. I had several cats growing up, but dogs have now stolen my heart for sure.
I'm a dog person through and through, mostly because I am deathly allergic to cats. So
That's
I
true,
kind
yeah.
of have a disdain towards them because of that. But dogs, I love dogs. I have a dog. Her name is Cozy. She's a beagle.
She's a beagle and she's sweet. Woo, woo, woo.
She does like to howl.
What happened with fish? I also grew up. I had a fish, a goldfish. Did not last long. I had a turtle. I had 2 turtles actually. Those lasted quite a long time. I took very good care of those turtles. It was
Turtles
sad.
get old. My friend has a tortoise.
Really?
in
Mine were
Arizona.
tiny, tiny, tiny
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
things.
she is the big tortoise, and he has like a dog house because he's so big.
Oh, goodness. Well, I think we all just love animals in general. So what's your preference? Let us know. Any other polls we can go through? I think there was another one.
We have one more.
Ah, this is a good one. We're going to talk about this later in the hour. Would you accept an engagement proposal at Dave & Buster's? The context being there's a, what is it called?
A human claw machine at Dave & Buster's, and for Valentine's Day, they are going to be putting engagement rings. I think it said 5 engagement rings.
$15,000 a piece.
$15,000 value in select Dave & Buster's human claw machines across the country. Of course, there's one in Lubbock. Probably not going to get the engagement ring just based off of it being in Lubbock. No offense, Lubbock. But so that's where this stemmed from. Would you accept an engagement proposal at Dave & Buster's? I don't know. I said no.
Did you?
Yeah.
You want Paris and Rome and,
No, but
and
it's just a little like
the Vatican?
weird, especially because I've never been to a Dave & Buster's. Yes, get proposed at the
It's
Vatican.
beautiful.
The people have though, and like
Oh,
when
yes.
the Pope's on his Pope mobile or whatever.
That would be cool,
and
yes.
then he blesses them. And
That's nice. I love
blesses
that.
their marriage. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
Marilyn Smith commented, my grandchildren love the hot or flaming everything. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the kids,
That was a big thing even when we were in school. You know,
they were. Yeah, the hot Cheetos and cheese.
the hot Cheetos, yeah, and like cheese, the Takis. The Takis was a big thing.
I do like Takis, even though they're very spicy. And it's funny, I have a good spice tolerance. You know,
Yeah,
I do.
you don't
but,
like Takis.
But
Yeah,
the
they're
chips
too
I can't
spicy for
do.
you, but
Too
I
spicy
don't
for me.
know.
I'm kind of sensitive with that much. But look at the time, 8:07. Let's take a tour of across the whole country, across the area. First in Big Spring.
We'll just do a couple of places because we chatted a lot.
We
already,
did.
but That's okay. This is Big Spring. Of course, you can see a few clouds out there, but still not too bad of a day for our Wednesday. I'm so confused on what day it is, y'all.
Me too. It doesn't feel like a Wednesday, does
No,
it?
it does not. And then we'll go to, speaking of the Vatican and Rome and Italy and the Olympics, even though it's not in the Olympics, let's go to the Vatican, the Roma Lazio. And so this is the Vatican. Yes.
Oh, the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica, looking beautiful there, as it's probably well into the afternoon, I imagine, there in Rome.
London was about 6 hours from us. That's a little bit further. So I'd say like 7, maybe 8 hours ahead of us.
Okay, so they're probably like 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Okay.
like late afternoon,
Okay.
early evening-ish, give or take. And then we'll go to one more place before we come back home. And this is, sorry, my computer's loud. Goodness
The
gracious.
mouse click, yes.
Ooh, this looks
okay.
nice. I love this place as well. This place is one of my favorite places, New York City.
That's a beautiful shot there because you get an idea. It feels like you're in the city with
Yes.
this camera, which you literally are. This is the Plaza of the Americas at Fox News headquarters. They are at a busy intersection in the heart of Manhattan.
And of course, you can see 30 Rock down the street. If you squint, it's kind of in the right top corner of the screen.
So NBC's right there too.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't realize they were that close to each other.
We've been there. It's very nice.
Oh, good.
Yes.
That's a bucket list item as well, along with the Vatican, New York City. I just want to go anywhere.
Yeah,
You get out of
haven't
town.
traveled much.
No, I definitely have not. I'm not well traveled, that's for sure. But here at home, things are looking pretty good. A little cold outside, I have to say. When I was coming into work, I definitely had to bundle up a little bit because we're just around the freezing mark still.
Yeah, sitting at 33 degrees currently at Midland International Air and Spaceport. Those temperatures across the rest of the region are sitting in the 30s, 40s, and 50s as well. 34 currently in both Midland and Odessa. And here's a look at, actually, here's not a look because I'm missing my clicker currently, but here's a look at those winds this morning where we are seeing overall light winds anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That is making for those wind chill values anywhere from the 20s to the 40s, feeling like 29 currently in Midland. Hanging on to some clouds as we saw from the ICAM in Big Spring, but quiet conditions. And as we head through the day, expect sunny to mostly sunny skies with quiet conditions. Temperatures will warm into the 50s and 60s, so a little bit cooler than yesterday, but still not too bad for this time of year. 61 for Midland and Odessa today. Looking at that First Alert 7-10 day forecast, we are going to see highs warming up as we head throughout the next couple of days with highs into the 70s by the weekend and some slight rain chances returning to the forecast as well.
Sawyer, thank you very much. Now for your look at your morning extra headlines you need to know before you start your day. We'll begin tracking crime in Odessa, where police arrested a man for stealing from a Cricket mobile store along 8th Street back on January 26th. That's when Odessa police responded to an alarm at that store there. They say hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise was stolen by 2 men caught on surveillance video. A few days later, officers were patrolling outside the store at 4:30 in the morning when they saw 32-year-old Jonathan Guetta walking around the building. Police say he matched the suspect's description, was found with stolen property from the store. Guetta was arrested and charged with burglary of a building. Police are still looking for the other suspect. In Big Spring, Crime Stoppers need your help in finding this truck. They actually were able to identify them, and they thank the public for their assistance in this and bringing them to justice. Let's turn now to a traffic alert you should know about in Midland County, where TxDOT says drivers need to be aware of a long-term road closure project along Interstate 20's frontage roads. It's the westbound one, to be exact, near FM 1788. That'll be closed through March 27th. This is a long-term project. TxDOT saying you should expect delays in this area and detours, but they want to clarify that the main Interstate 20 will not be affected. In downtown Midland, there's a big road closure happening there because of a water main break on Wall Street from Carrizo to Marionfield. That'll be closed until this Friday. The city says that the road will be closed for that emergency utility work through the rest of this week. In Big Spring, the city has a boil water notice that has been rescinded. It was lasting for almost a week after multiple water breaks happened across the city, leading to that boil water notice, which again has since been rescinded. Education also in Big Spring. The school board is holding a public hearing on the district's annual report, which includes the Texas Academic Performance Report. The hearing will be held in conjunction with the regularly scheduled board meeting. That is happening on Monday, February 9th at 5:15 in the Big Spring ISD school boardroom. News in the community now. Some really good news we want to share with you. Midland Fire Department honoring their captain, Raymond Kaza. He has served them for more than 31 years. Captain Kaza is completing his final shift with MFD, is then heading off into retirement. Kaza began his career on February 1st, 1995, and officials say his leadership and dedication have left a lasting impact on Midland Fire Department. We wish him the very best heading into retirement. And that was a look at your Morning Extra for today. You can find all the latest news, weather, and sports by logging on to firstalert7.com and by following the First Alert 7 Facebook page. Let's take a live look outside on this Wednesday morning, 8:13, 13 past the hour over Andrews. Looking great out there as we start our day. Meteorologist Sawyer McElroy has an in-depth look at your First Alert forecast coming up next here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. And don't forget, take us with you wherever you go. Download us on your connected TV, your smartphone, or tablet. We'll be right back.
Now from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. Give me one moment while I get to my weather because I definitely forgot I was doing weather, but that's okay. There's a lot of weather in this show. Here we go. Here's the weather. Here's a look at that First Alert forecast, or those weather headlines. A touch cooler today and Thursday. A big warm up heading into the weekend with slight rain chances due making their return to the forecast. Here's a look at that temperature trend as we head throughout the next 10 days. Temperatures will be above normal for this time of year, with those precipitation chances increasing coming up Sunday night, Monday into Tuesday as well. Hanging on to a few clouds this morning, but otherwise quiet conditions. Temperatures currently Yeah, our director is having a fit in the production center, but that's okay. Temperatures currently ranging from the 30s to the it's okay. The 30s to the 60s this morning with those winds. Anyway, those winds anywhere from being calm to about 20 miles per hour. Hopefully everybody is enjoying this. I'm sorry. It's fine. We are hanging on to some clouds across the state, but otherwise quiet conditions. And here's a peek at the windshield. Our coworker came around the corner and is making sure we're okay. Anyway, for a travelcast for today for Midland Odessa area, 61, low overnight of 32. If you are traveling to Dallas, expect a high of 58 with mostly sunny skies, 62 with sunshine, 65 with sunshine in Houston, or 62 with sunshine in Houston, 65 with sunshine in Austin, 56 with sunshine for Lubbock. Here's a look at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast. Now I'm going to toss it to Matthew and Lauren, who are, making fun of me this morning.
I'm centered. Oh, I'm sorry. My mic is hot. Are you okay? I'm sorry. Yes, we were listening to all the noises as well. Oh, goodness gracious. 75 on Saturday. I'm so excited for a very nice weekend here in West Texas because this past few Saturdays, they have been very cold. We had a winter storm one Saturday. It was a cold front the next Saturday. This Saturday is going to be the time to finally get those Christmas decorations down if you haven't already, because I know there's still plenty up. Even Christmas tree, Sawyer.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yes, Barbara is getting
Barbara,
taken
your
down
tree
this
is still
week.
up.
Yes. Hey,
Goodness
if she's
gracious.
pink, she kind of works. It's February. It's Valentine's Day. Of course, I still have a Santa hat on top of the tree, but it's fine.
There you go. Sawyer, she got a pink thing going on. I do. Back here at the desk, we're joined now by First Alert 7's Lauren Munt, getting a witness Wake Up West Texas Extra in raw and unfiltered fashion.
Very interesting.
It is.
We should have known that there was going to be something happening with the weather there when it was like 5 seconds before weather started, and Sawyer said something about, is my mic going to be hot during this whole block? I said, well,
I think so.
Sawyer, I think so, because you have weather. And she was like, no,
Oh,
wait.
that's
and
right.
We should have just known that it was going to go off the
Off the
rails
rails.
from there, but that's what you guys are getting on Wake Up West Texas Extra. I've been watching all week. You guys
Good,
are doing
thank you.
fantastic.
I appreciate
Love
it.
the show. Very excited to be on it this morning.
And this is all happening without Jacob here. Can you imagine?
How just wild you guys are when Jacob's here.
Oh, yes. My goodness gracious. That's for sure. Well, we're so glad to have you on. Speaking of Jacob Brandenburg, this is his final week on Wake Up West Texas. So sad to say that, but happy at the same time because he's taking on a bigger role as assistant news director, moving on to First Alert 7 News at 4, but also staying on the noon as well with Sawyer.
Yes,
to note as well.
Which is fantastic. We know that Sawyer loves to be
Oh,
with
yes.
Jacob.
Them two are inseparable.
They
really
are
are.
really good friends, and so it's always fun to get to watch them. Getting to watch them on Wake Up West Texas and getting to continue to watch them on the noon is going to be absolutely fantastic. We love that Jacob is still staying on air, but he's going to do some amazing things for our newsroom. He is such an incredible teacher. I mean, I started as a sports intern. He was my boss when I was doing that. It taught me everything I know, and so just really looking forward to him passing on that wisdom to the rest of us.
And he has a lot of it, that is for sure. I'm going to miss him very much, but the good news is I may be losing Jacob mildly. I'll still see him every day, but on the show. But we're gaining Lauren Munt. So glad to welcome you to Wake Up West Texas and the family that is the morning show.
I am so excited to be doing the morning show. I'm getting to report daily for the morning show. I'm going to be out in the field every morning, dark and early. I'll be somewhere live in West Texas, and I'm so excited to be able to do that and share these stories. We've got a lot of very exciting things coming to Wake Up West Texas with those having a reporter. We've never had a reporter on the morning show, and so I'm very excited to get to do
Permanent.
that. Yes,
she's no stranger to Wake Up West Texas at all. You've anchored, you've reported for us countless times for weather events, openings of important features of our city, including the Illinois Art Museum. I could go down the list. Bass Pro Shops. I mean,
so much fun to get to do that. And so I think that we've really needed somebody to be here in the morning reporting and sharing those stories and being out live breaking news, seeing those kinds of things. And so I'm very excited to get to do that. I'm not very excited to wake up at 3 a.m.
Yes,
every
that's tough. That is hard. That's hard.
It's a very tough thing. And we're not the only ones that do it. There are so many West Texans who are getting up that early and powering our city. And that's something that I really want to dive into as I continue on the morning show and do these reporting and these stories. I want to dive into those West Texans who are up early in the morning and just getting things ready. You've got donut shop owners, you've got coffee shop owners, garbage truck drivers. There are so many people outside of our Wake Up West Texas staff who
Totally.
are up very, very early.
And they play a big part in our society that is West Texas, hardworking, early risers, staying out late, like you mentioned. It's a good point. So there's so many, the oil field being a big part of that. And I know in this new segment that you're going to be talking about soon, you're going to be highlighting a lot of those people who make our society run every single day early in the morning. So very glad to talk about that. Something else you touched on, in case you were going to add something to that, is that you talked about a very special addition to Odessa's business community in the fact that they're supporting local food trucks. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so yesterday I went out to, it's a new concept, I guess we could say. It's called Downtown Grub Hub. We've seen these in some other places. I know that they have it out in Marfa, Alpine, Austin, Dallas, some of those like trendier cities, I guess I should say. And Odessa has never had one, and so this is a long time coming to be able to have this kind of food truck operation here in Odessa. It's gonna be really cool. There's like 8 different trucks that can park there. There's amazing seating. It's family owned and operated. It's a clean, beautiful space to have people out there.
And you got to speak with the owner.
Yes,
Here's a look at that story.
This new Grub Hub is bringing a whole new dining concept to downtown Odessa. I sat down with the owner to learn just a little bit more about how this idea came to be.
And then, of course, as we come around over here, this will be our sitting area with all our big screen TVs, so the families can come in and enjoy their meals, their drinks.
Mike Benavides is a born and raised Odessan.
So I've heard several times that people were looking at doing something like this. I've never heard anybody actually doing it.
So he's finally doing it.
I just wanted a nice, clean area where people can come and enjoy their food.
Now, this is pretty different from his day job. With 30 plus years in the landscaping business, this has certainly been a challenge.
It's been a learning experience, but it's one of those deals where you learn as you go.
So what can a landscaper bring to the West Texas food scene? Well, for starters, a pretty cool looking space.
We're going to have a variety of foods, games, family oriented, so I think it'll be positive.
The new Downtown Grub Hub is family owned and operated, something that Mr. Benavides hopes translates into the rest of the business.
This last area here is going to be a separate area. We're going to allow birthday parties here. If you have group events that you want to have a private area just to kind of sit and talk.
In the coming days, as finishing touches are made, the Downtown Grub Hub will be ready for guests and, of course, food trucks. While they don't have an opening date quite yet, we're hoping to see them turn the lights on very soon. Reporting from the Downtown Grub Hub, I'm Lauren Munt for Alert 7 News.
What a great local business, Downtown Grub Hub, something that, yes, we do lack. We have a great and incredible food truck community. You see them spread out in different areas of the city, but never in one spot. And I think this is a great opportunity moving forward to bring them together and show off what they have.
Yeah, there's a couple over by where I live, and I've only been to one of the food trucks there, and now I don't think they have a food truck because they moved into a permanent location.
Oh, brick and mortar, yeah.
Yes, but it'll be interesting to see that, and especially, you know, near that downtown area will be good for everybody who's working downtown, the courthouse, all of those people. Well, yeah, I guess the courthouse will still be there. I was going to say it's moving, but
similar location, just
yes,
across the street,
it's
essentially.
Still there, but that'll be a good place for them to go, and of course, a good place for all the food trucks to have a consistent place to be.
That is true. Very excited for Downtown Grub Hub. Well, we're approaching 8:25, and we're going to take a moment now to give a news and weather update to our First Alert 7 viewers on TV on CBS. So stay with us right here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning, everyone. Time now is 8:25 on this Wednesday. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy with a look at the forecast. Sawyer, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines as we do start off the day. It will be a little bit cooler coming up for our Wednesday and into Thursday as well, behind that cold front that we saw move through the area yesterday. A big warm-up is on the way heading into the weekend with highs back into the 70s and even mid-70s at that by Saturday. Slight rain chances do return to the forecast as well. Here's a look outside over the skies of Andrews this morning, where we are seeing blue sky and sunshine. A few clouds off in the distance, but still definitely not putting a damper on anything. Temperatures are still chilly though across the region, sitting in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, 35 in Midland, 35 in Andrews, 34 here in Odessa. Winds are relatively light, anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour, with wind chill values ranging from the 20s to the 40s, feeling like 31 currently in Midland. Like I mentioned, hanging on to a few clouds across the region, but quiet conditions and temperatures as we head through the day. We'll warm into the 50s and 60s, 61 for Midland and Odessa, 62 for Pecos, 61 for Fort Stockton, 68 for Presidio. Winds anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Coming up tonight, clear skies, quiet conditions, relatively light winds. Those lows will drop into the 20s and 30s. And here's a look at those wind chill values by about 7 tomorrow morning. 25 for Midland for those feels like temperatures, 23 for Pecos, 24 for Fort Stockton, 29 for Presidio. So going to be a little bit chilly. Make sure to grab that jacket. Looking at that First Alert 710 day forecast, though, temperatures will warm nicely heading into the weekend, with highs coming up by Friday into the 70s and mid 70s by Saturday.
Sawyer, thank you very much. We have a traffic alert in Midland you should know about here on your screen. In downtown, from Wall Street from Carrizo to Marionfield, shut down through this Friday. That's because the city of Midland says the road's closed for emergency utility work to fix a water main break. Keep this in mind for your commute around that area for the rest of this work week. Another traffic alert, this one in Midland County along Interstate 20. Text out saying you should be aware of long-term road closures. This is on the westbound frontage road of the interstate, not the actual interstate itself, coming up to FM 1788. This is going to be shut down through March 27th, so a long-term closure. Text out says you should expect delays and detours in this area, especially during peak travel times. Multiple lane closures are in effect in the area, but main lanes of I-20, like I said, unaffected and remain open. They remind you to slow down and be alert for workers in that area. It is American Heart Month, and it raises awareness to heart disease. It is the #1 cause of death in the U.S., and health experts say the Permian Basin is no exception. For a lot of folks here, the day starts early and ends late. It's just a part of the culture. Doctors say when work comes first, that often means your health takes a back seat.
We got a lot of hardworking folks out here that spend a lot of time and energy and effort on their job, but that often results in them compromising on healthy lifestyle habits outside of work.
Doctors also say you don't have to change everything at one time. Simple steps can make a big difference. Take a daily walk, eat better, anything to protect your heart health. An update for you out of Big Spring with a boil water notice that has been rescinded after almost a week in notice there because of multiple water main breaks across the city of Big Spring. Those have now been repaired, the water flushed out, and now you're able to drink your water and consume it as normal for the city of Big Spring. For the latest news, log on anytime to our website. That is firstalert7.com. We'll be back in another half an hour for another check of your news and weather. Join us in the meantime on Wake Up West Texas Extra, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and our website. Make it a great day.
From First Alert 7 News, with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Extra, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us and streaming with us on our First Alert 7 Facebook page, YouTube channel, and our website. So glad to have you here.
Yeah, you know, it's been a good day so far. Relatively chaotic show, but that's okay.
Yes,
and we
that's
can
what it's
have
all
that
about.
Here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
That's for sure. We've been asking a lot of West Texans to weigh in on different polls. Our producers come up with some excellent polls, especially coming up for Super Bowl Sunday. The big question here, what is the best game day food? And that is a tough question. There's so many different categories and types. We put the most common ones, wings, chips and dip, and sliders. Chips and dip has continually been in the lead at 55% of the vote. That's where Sawyer and I are voting on because I like bean dip, I like cheese dip, I like multi-layer dips. Guac, probably the top spot.
I love guac. We're having a party, and I told Jacob, I was like, we need guac. So he is getting guac for the party.
And I'm getting the pizza. That's not even on here, and that's a big one too.
Yeah, we usually.
Probably not as much,
I also
but-
like taquitos.
Yes, that's a good one. Like frozen taquitos. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
There will be taquitos at our Super Bowl party.
I'm excited for that. That is for sure. Another poll that our producer came up with, what's your pet preference? This is a good one. So his idea for this is because it brings up a story that we talked about. Fix West Texas has stepped up 20 dogs out of the shelter that is at capacity. We're able to find forever homes.
That is so good.
Isn't that nice? They're a
so
great
glad.
organization.
You know, to me, my mom and I were talking about this the other day. It's interesting that there are shelters that will, you know, euthanize dogs
They put
out
down,
here.
yeah,
Yes.
for
because
capacity,
in Colorado, we have no kill shelters.
At all?
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
And we have no kill shelters in Minnesota either. So it's just interesting that, like, obviously, you know, stray
State to
animals are
state.
big,
Right.
a big issue out here, but
Strays,
it's just,
very much
it's
so.
just very intriguing, I guess, because yeah, and then she was sad looking at the dogs because
It's a shame. I mean, yes, it is true. It's a shame. That's why we always talk about the stray dog population, stray cat population, a huge problem. Get your animals fixed, neutered, spayed, whatever it may be. And that's why the shelters around here have been wonderful, including Odessa Animal Services. We had Taylor in yesterday.
Sassy.
They vet them completely before they're, adopted out.
yes, that is good.
So it helps the population, into that as well. But here's the poll. Cats are winning over dogs 60-40. I'm a dog guy. I started out as a cat guy. Had cats up until I was about 12. Then I had dogs, and they just stole my heart. I've had dogs ever since. The same dogs, actually. So I'm still essentially on my first dogs I've ever had. They're much older now. One of them turning 15 on March 13th.
Jeez, I got my first dog when I was 16, and that was our first really pet ever. My parents were staunchly against pets until I was 16. And then we've had multiple dogs since. I brought 2 with me when I moved away from home and then out here to Texas. One was 15 and passed away, sadly, but I still have my other one. She's my girl, Cozy Beegs. Love her to death.
She's wonderful. Cosette, yes. Our next question here is a story that we can bring up a little bit later. Actually, we'll talk about that later on. But let's talk about Cheetos. The color of Cheetos, it's been in the news lately with dyes, processed foods. Do you mind the color being more pale, less pale? Apparently people do. They want to see red, flaming hot, dyed Cheetos, 67-33, 0 for colorless. I don't mind the colorless as long as it tastes the
talked
same.
about this, yeah. Like, I don't really care what the color is as long as it tastes the same. I want it to taste like cheese.
That's the thing is I go for that Cheetos flavored cheese that you don't get anywhere else.
No.
Good crunchiness. Puffs are very good. I like those in moderation because I get burned out quick, but nice to switch it up every now and then.
I just realized my computer is not charging, and it's
Oh.
almost dead.
Good. Oh, it's unplugged.
That's why.
Sorry. Let me plug this back in here. Well, goodness, we want to remind you while we're here, take us with you wherever you go. Work, grocery store, you name it. You can watch your favorite First Alert 7 shows on our app. Download it now on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings with us from 5 to 7, and then Sawyer and I from 7 to 9 right here where you're watching us currently.
Yes.
Very, very nice. And now it's our time of the morning, 8:35, where we take a tour of anywhere in the world, including in West Texas, now looking over Andrews.
Yeah, Andrew's looking nice. Our camera was acting a little finicky earlier, so I'm glad it's working a little bit better now. We are going to go to my home, because why not?
Because why not?
Not
That's
my
right.
actual home, but this is Denver, Colorado. This is looking down. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see.
Mile High City there. Beautiful.
This is looking down. Oh, let's see. I believe Colfax is somewhere.
Is this near your school?
Sort of, but not really. But as you can see off to the west of your screen, of course, and that is the west, are the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, I see that in the background there.
Yes, a little
Pretty
bit
cool.
snow-covered. We also have Denver Denver Hospital. Yes, the Chipotle, of course. I've never been to Chipotle, ever. Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
a talking point of it in and of itself.
Yes, but anyway, this is Denver. I miss it. I missed going to college there. It was a good time. There's also a Car Toys. You know, if you need to go get a new radio or backup camera or phone or something.
They have an electronics shop there.
Yes,
Pretty cool.
yes.
Okay.
We shall also go. We'll go ow. Sorry. We'll go to a little bit south. We'll go to New Mexico. We are going to Roswell. No aliens. No
I
aliens
love
on
Roswell.
this camera right now, but we're going to Roswell.
There we go. I've been to Roswell one time and I bought alien merch
Yes.
from there. A cup, a few things. I went to that museum downtown. You probably know what I'm talking about. And went to the Dunkin' Donuts and headed towards Ruidoso. This was my Ruidoso trip.
Where is the big pistachio?
I'm sorry. I'd come again. I'm very unfamiliar.
There's a gigantic pistachio. I think it might be in Alamogordo.
I don't see that anywhere.
No.
The largest pistachio in the world is located in, Alamogordo.
Yes.
30 foot tall. I've never seen this. Look at that. I wish I could bring it up on your screen there. I guess I could. Pistachio Land, it's called, built in 2007 to honor the memory of Tim McGinn, the founder of McGinn's Pistachio Tree Ranch. How awesome. I love pistachios.
Yes, I don't know. That was on my mind for some reason.
I love
I had
it.
to ask where the
very
pistachio was
random.
because I knew it was somewhere in
In the area,
southern
yeah.
New Mexico
Pretty
area.
cool.
But anyway, let's come back home before we get into a couple other things. This
Yes.
morning, we'll go back to Andrews because, well, why not?
We love Andrews. Looks great out there. Is that clouds in the distance? Looks like it.
Yes, they
Bit
are
of a
clouds.
Clouds heading out of the area. Nice clear sky over Andrews this morning. Sawyer, I want to show you this cold area here. True community efforts underway in Mayville, New York, as volunteers and students work together to build the ice castle ahead of their annual winter festival over the President's Day weekend, which is February 16th, and through Valentine's Day weekend. Look at that. Heavy blocks of ice and a lot of intricate sculpting going on to get this together.
I'm going to ask something. So in your script, it said New York, but your lower says Erie, PA.
Oh, I didn't notice that. You're right about that. I'm not sure
Yes.
why. That's interesting. CBS.
I noticed that earlier.
Let me look that up now because I want to know.
But anyway. But no, this is cool.
Mayville, New York. We're going to go with the script on this one. I think that's right.
Okay.
I didn't notice that earlier, but that's true.
I have a keen eye for these things. You know that. I
I'm
think.
glad you do.
But
yes,
yes.
it's the annual Mayville Ice Fest. So this is in New York, not Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay, well, our descriptor was wrong.
Yes.
But that's okay. This is really cool, and I love ice castles. I love anything made of ice, of snow. You know, we went to Michigan. I think it was Michigan. Frankenmuth, yes.
Yes, Frankenmuth.
Where they have a snow fest and snow carvings and ice carvings.
I love those. Really
So-
cool.
And then we were talking earlier. I made a mistake. I said Castle Rock Ice Fest. It is Cripple Creek. They have one in Colorado.
course.
Yes, it's in Cripple Creek. Also where the casinos are.
Ah.
Conveniently, but. You know, this is pretty cool, and it's nice that the kids are helping, but also the adults, of course, with the heavy machinery.
They're using the heavy machines because this is dangerous. This is a lot of weight. Thousands of pounds of ice there. Goodness.
Yes.
Well, look at this. This Valentine's Day, Dave & Buster's is delivering a proposal experience unlike any other that couples have seen before. The brand is transforming its viral human crane into a one-of-a-kind engagement moment by placing 5 $15,000 3-carat diamond engagement rings designed by Platinum Days inside the game at select stores for couples that are ready to take the relationship to the next level. No word if one of those stores is Lubbock's Dave & Buster's, or nearest one.
So do you think there's 5 in each human crane, or there's 5 total?
It didn't describe that very well.
No.
It sounds like there's 5 in each crane, but I think that would be a lot of money. So probably 5 locations nationwide. Curious to see if Lubbock gets one, but nonetheless, would you like to be proposed to at Dave & Buster's? That is the question we're asking on our poll. Let's bring up some of the results there. I'm going to bring up the poll on your screen. There we go. So the question is, would you accept an engagement there? Yes, 1,000 times yes. That's a great answer. 40%. No is winning, 60 to 40. I would if it was a $15,000 ring. Boy.
I said we should just go to see if it's in there, get it, and then pawn it.
And then use the money
For
for it
money.
for the wedding.
Well, anyway, but even if, yeah.
Or just buy it, even if you're just going by yourself. That's true.
But I don't know. Maybe that's too much. I don't know.
Not about it. I mean, it's there. It's free to. It didn't say you have to.
$15,000 is pretty expensive for. I mean, I think for an engagement ring.
I think so too. I mean, I didn't say that couples only were able to get in on this, so that's a good point. I guess anybody could get the ring.
Wake Up West Texas Dave and Buster trip to get the ring.
Just for the engagement
and then
ring.
for the money, and we'll split it. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, whoever drove is getting the bigger cut, so that.
It's probably
yes,
you.
that's right. It's usually me. All right, look at this. 20 years ago today, history was changed as Facebook launched. Mark Zuckerberg was a sophomore at Harvard University when he introduced the social networking site to fellow students. Facebook buried early rivals like MySpace and Friendster. I did have a MySpace for a very short time. Now, 2 decades after its launch, the social media giant continues to show unprecedented staying power. Facebook currently reaches more than 2 billion users every single day. A lot of you right now watching us on Facebook Live, and it's still such a relevant thing to this day. Mark Zuckerberg, one of the many billionaires in this world now because of what he did in college. So really interesting to see that. It's great it's a success. My family uses it to stay connected. We have family groups. We plan our reunions exclusively on Facebook.
Wow.
So it's played a big part in my family staying together because I have a very large family. And so it's been wonderful. But there's also bad parts to social media in general, which is a whole other topic of conversation.
Yes. You know, I like Facebook. It's fine. I'm not a big on, like, I'll go onto social media, but I won't, like, post anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I like lurk, if that makes sense. I like to lurk. I like to look at other things, judge people a lot.
You're like, yes, I remember this girl from high school.
Yes, and I'm like, okay, that's what they're up to now.
Which is also part of it. You're kind of putting your public face forward. It's very, catered to what you want your audience to see. That's why there was social media apps that came up in the last 5 years or so called Be Real. It stopped you in the moment, had to take a picture of what you were doing, but then, that didn't catch on as well as having a nice tailored look on Instagram or Facebook like people want.
I don't post on Instagram either much. I mean,
No, and that's a big one. That's the biggest one, I think, next to
I don't
TikTok.
take a lot of pictures.
No, I don't either. No.
Or I do, but they're like all of my dog, and I don't think everybody would want like 6 photo drops of Cozy.
Of Cosette.
No. So, anyway.
Okay, all right. Well, there's still a lot more to come here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Thank you for streaming with us. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Now from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. Here's a look at those temperatures as we do start off our day. Temperatures are still rather chilly across the region, ranging from the 30s to the 50s. 36 currently in Midland, 34 here in Odessa. Winds are light, anywhere from being calm to 15 miles per hour, but that is making for wind chill values across the region. Wind chills ranging from the 20s to the 40s. feeling like 31 currently in Midland. We are hanging on to some clouds, but quiet conditions to start off the day. And here's a look at that futurecast where we are going to see sunny to mostly sunny skies and quiet conditions continuing through the rest of our Wednesday and into Thursday as well. Temperatures will warm up into the 50s and 60s by this afternoon and evening. We are going to see a high of about 61 for Midland and Odessa, 60 for Andrews, 62 for Pecos, 61 for Fort Stockton, 68 for Presidio, and winds will remain light throughout the day, anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour under, like I mentioned, those sunny to mostly sunny skies. Here's a look at that First Alert 7-10-day forecast where we are going to see highs warming up into the 70s by this weekend, 75 for Saturday, 71 coming up on Sunday, and that is when we do see some slight rain chances enter back into the forecast, and those will continue into next week as well. But overall, we are looking to see things cooling down for our overnight hours heading into Thursday before temperatures warm right back up coming up for the weekend.
All right, I have to say this forecast is not looking too bad whatsoever as we make our way through the rest of the weekend. Sawyer, warming up so nicely as we move through the rest of the forecast. Looking really, really nice out there. So thank you very much for that forecast update. Not looking too bad whatsoever. Of course, you can find this forecast by downloading the First Alert 7 mobile weather app anytime. And of course, rain chances on Monday. You want to keep updated on that as well because that could change. Fingers crossed for any sort of precip to fall over West Texas any time of the year. Glad to say that for sure. Back here now on the desk, I'm joined now by a special guest. That is First Alert 7's Jacob Brandenburg. Thanks for joining me here on Wake Up West Texas.
Hello.
Extra.
Extra. I've been waiting to join. You guys kind of kicked me off since I'm
yes, I know.
leaving the morning shift.
After that, we're like, well, he doesn't really need to be here, I guess.
It's really not. Yeah, what's the point of doing this first week if just come Monday it's going to be different? But
so glad
to
you're
be a
here.
part of it. How's the show going this morning?
Everything's going well. We kind of updated the viewers on your move, your departure, your arrival to other parts of the news
I know.
the news day,
I've
the day
heard
part.
you guys talking about me quite a bit.
Yes, so of course Sawyer is very much so as well. Very devastated that you're
Sawyer's
leaving.
very upset
Broken
about
up
it.
about this.
And her mic is hot, so she's just off screen. I mean, we could stand if you want. She's just off screen
It's
there.
casual. We're just hanging out.
Can I,
We
like,
appreciate you joining us.
Of course.
join
Oh, there it goes. It crashed.
between the monitor and the table? I don't know.
Sure, crisscross right here.
Oh,
Sawyer.
Is that a
sit on
thing?
the- sit
Come
on
on,
the-
actually,
the-
you should do that. That would look really funny.
on the studio.
Can I do that as a thing?
We'll take an iCam as Sawyer gets
Yes,
into place.
please.
We'll go live over Andrews this morning. Now, starting off the
I don't
day,
think this is allowed.
probably not, but well, let's see. It's
Sorry
nice
to
and
our
sturdy.
bosses. It's okay.
She wants to be here. When you come on board, she has to be here with you.
That's true. She couldn't. I was trying to give her a break.
Okay,
She's
let's
been
see how
doing
this
weather
looks.
And talking for the last.
There we go.
3.5
That actually looks really
hours.
good. This will be
Perfect.
your new seat.
Now when you have guests, you can just have them sit there.
Come
Cool.
step over
I should
it.
have done this with Lauren. It's
There
okay.
we go. That's true. We had Lauren Munch come on earlier talking about her arrival to Wake Up West Texas as you depart.
Yes, she'll be now morning reporting. So those stories in the morning that we can't always get to because
Yes.
we're in here.
We're here.
We can send her out to car crashes and fires and stories. I know she's working on one this morning where it's somebody that they run in the morning at
Yes.
5 a.m. And so
In honor
it's
of
great to
somebody,
go out
yes.
and cover that at 5 a.m.
She talked about her new series, The People Who Wake Up West Texas, and I think it's a lovely idea.
Fancy.
Very nice title as well. But those people, the oil field, dump truck drivers, trash truck drivers, I should say, along with medical personnel, first responders, all play an important part in waking up West Texas and making society run as it does, especially here in our area where so many hardworking people live. They're out early, out late. You know, the first one's in, last one's out kind of thing. And she's going to be highlighting a lot of those people on our show starting next week as she joins our crew. So we're very excited to see what storytelling she's going to bring to our show.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Well, I want to talk about it's National Signing Day. I know that's sort of something you guys don't
That's
know
a good
about a lot.
point, yeah.
Because it's sort of a sportsy angle. I saw Jensen and Wyatt are already out covering signings happening today.
Good, okay.
High school athletes, you know, February's always been the big day. It was big National Signing Day. It was
The
every
signing
athlete
day.
across the country would sign. Several years ago, they added a December early signing day. The idea there being that, okay, if we sign these athletes in December, we can get them on campus for that spring semester that starts in January.
Uh-huh.
You have kids that can wrap up high school early, go enroll early in college, and then they're
Start
further
practicing.
prepared for when their freshman year starts in the fall or spring or whatever it would
That's
be.
interesting. Okay.
But a lot signing across the area. I saw Young Women's Leadership Academy in Midland has a signing that happened at 8 a.m., so that's where Jensen was already. Cora Yetzer signed to swim at Austin College, and Harper Diaz signed to swim at Wichita Baptist in Arkansas. But that's cool because Young Women's Leadership Academy's only had sports for 2 years or
A couple of years, and now they're
so.
already
These are some
sending
of the
someone
first
up.
college athletes, probably some,
Wow.
or some of the first that they're setting off. Midland High will have their signing at 150 at the gym. So that's, let's see here. What are some names? Malia Carrillo for softball. Alejandro Sanchez for golf. TJ Schaeffler for baseball. Trace McCoy for baseball, both going to Hardin Simmons. And Lincoln Ranke for baseball, going to North Central Texas College.
Lots of great talent here going to be making their future announcements on where they're going to be committing themselves to come after high school.
Legacy signing at 3:30 in their turf room. Six football players.
Wow.
Including Caden Ellis, who's signing with the Naval Academy.
Nice.
Wow, okay.
So that's Division I
Very
football,
noble,
but then
yes.
also obviously a huge, school commitment and service commitment.
Definitely. So that's all going to be part of that as well. Lee putting out really, really good talent.
They are, yes. I mean, for a team, I thought you could say they had a sort of a down football year, not winning the district this season, and Permian kind of being the top team in 2-6A. But still, yes. So it's about 6 football players all signing with, good JUCO programs, Division I programs, or really good Division II programs like Angelo or Colorado State Pueblo.
All right.
CSU.
Gosh. There he goes to say, yes,
Sawyer knows
Colorado.
Sawyer knows the Thunderwolves of Colorado.
I did.
Well, I'm glad to hear the sports team, Wyatt and Jensen, doing a great job covering all of this. You're going to have that in their
It's a busy day for
shows
them.
tonight. Yes.
Because you've got the high schoolers signing with college programs, but then UTPB football is going to have their own press conference
Signing.
at 11 because they're the ones signing all these high school
Gosh.
athletes.
That's cool.
And so that early football signing day is just for Division I. So for Division II football programs like UTPB, today's the big day where they're bringing on 30, 40 new players.
Wow, incredible. So they've got a lot to cover. You've done it yourself
I've
several
been there,
years in a
done that.
row.
Been there, done that for
And
sure.
so they've got their work cut out for them today.
It is. It's a big day for them, and we offered them some extra help. They say we got it covered, though. So
Good, okay.
Watch First Word 7 Sports throughout the day, coverage on social media, and then those newscasts at 6 and 10 will have probably a much longer sports block than usual.
That's wonderful. Okay. Well, we want to get we have about 2 minutes before our Wake Up West Texas News and Weather Update at 8:55.
Yes, a cut-in.
Yes, we have a cut-in coming up. We want to get your take on some of these polls that we have here
Okay,
because some of
great.
these apply
I
to
voted
you.
in the polls.
Let's go here. The first one being, what is the best game day food? Our producer put these together. Obviously, there's so many different ones, but these are the main ones.
To limit it to 3 options is almost unfair.
Right,
There's no pizza.
because there's pizza and then all the rest. So these are what we have. Sawyer and I are on the chips and dip team,
I see. Chips and Dip's a good team. I voted for wings in this poll.
which surprisingly is second, pretty
Whether
distantly.
that's a bone-in or a boneless wing.
That's
You
true.
do love your boneless
as
wings.
well. I mean, you sauce me up a nugget. We're in business. Chips and dip, though, I think that includes chips and queso.
Yes, queso,
queso.
Would
guac.
definitely be one of my favorite snacks.
bean dip, all the bean.
All
I
the
love
dips.
bean dip. I really do. Next question here. What's your pet preference? No one liked fish.
Cats is winning. Is surprising as well. I thought
Me
dogs
too.
would run away with this.
I would too. I'm a dog person. I've told everyone I grew up with cats.
Interesting.
But when I was about 10 to 12 or so, around that time, I got my first dog. And I still have her to this day. And so I've been a dog person 15 years.
My family has never had a cat. So growing up, never once had a cat. My dad is allergic to cats, so that's
Oh,
I
that
think,
played a big
large
part.
of it. And we have 2 dogs at home now. So yes, definitely dog people at my house.
Now, this next question is a little nuanced here. Would you accept an engagement proposal at Dave & Buster's?
I see. I'm assuming this is in reference to some sort of story or something?
Yeah, so
maybe a social media post going
Dave
viral?
& Buster's is putting in their giant claw machine $15,000 engagement ring in select locations. Don't know if it's Lubbock. I don't know that. Wouldn't that be
Probably not.
interesting?
That is interesting.
So would you take a proposal at Dave & Buster's? Yes, 1,000 times yes. That's a great answer, by the way. That's a good one.
It couldn't, it's not just yes. Yes.
1,000.
Yes, 1,000 times yes. Or
Not
no.
not to bring your personal experience into this, but you were not at a Dave & Buster's.
We were not at a Dave & Buster's. My then girlfriend, now wife, we drove out to White Sands National Monument in New Mexico for a nice scenic backdrop there in the sand dunes.
Beautiful.
For our proposal and engagement.
Not at Dave & Buster's.
Not Dave
okay.
Buster's, but I mean, I wouldn't turn down Dave & Buster's.
That's true. Well, Jacob, thanks for coming on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
You're welcome.
Time for our TV viewers to get a news and weather update.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas News and Weather Update.
Good morning, everyone. Time now is 8:55. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy with a check of the forecast. Sawyer, how's it looking outside?
Yeah, it is still chilly across the region to start off our Wednesday, but temperatures are going to warm up nicely later on today. Here's a look at those first alert weather headlines. A touch cooler overall for today, but a big warm up on the way heading into the weekend with slight rain chances making their return as well to the forecast. Looking outside over the skies of Andrews this morning, we are seeing some clouds off in the distance, but lots of blue sky and sunshine. Like I mentioned, those temperatures still chilly, sitting in the 30s, 40s, and 50s for some, 36, in Midland, 38 in Odessa. Those winds anywhere from being calm to about 10 miles per hour. And we are seeing those wind chill values anywhere from the 20s to the 40s, feeling like 31 currently in both Midland and Odessa. We could see a few clouds on our iCam, but otherwise quiet conditions and lots of sunshine. Temperatures will warm into the 50s and 60s by this afternoon and evening. 61 for Midland and Odessa, 68 for Presidio. Coming up tonight, winds will be light, and we are going to see those lows a little bit cooler once again heading into Thursday. Lows dropping into the 20s and 30s, 32 for Midland and Odessa, with wind chill values into the teens and 20s coming up for our Thursday morning. Here's a look at that First Alert 7-10 day forecast, where we are going to see highs warming up as we head throughout the rest of the week and into the weekend. 71 coming up by Friday, 75 on Saturday, 71 on Sunday. That is when we do see some slight rain chances returning to the forecast as well.
Sawyer, thank you very much. We were your first alert on the popular entertainment brand and venue, the Tailgate, officially shutting down. Now the team is rebranded as Out West Midland, Texas, moving into a larger space inside the Horseshoe Arena. The team is very excited for the transition. The Horseshoe can host 7,000 people, much more compared to the 2,600 capacity that the tailgate once held. They say they're grateful to have outgrown the old space and hope fans will follow them on their next journey with Out West.
We're so excited. We've been blown away by all of the support that we've gotten from the community this past week. It was a big week for us, and we were hoping people would follow us with this transition, and it seems like people really did. So that's a blessing for us. And we have a lot of announcements coming up, and we can't wait for people to see what we're doing out west.
The Out West team says they plan to offer new ways for people to experience their concerts and events, including more photo opportunities and an overall experience from the moment you arrive in the parking lot to the time you leave. In education, now in Big Spring, the School District Board of Trustees holding a public hearing on the district's annual report, which includes the Texas Academic Performance Report. The hearing will be held in conjunction with the regularly scheduled board meeting, which is already slated to happen Monday, February 9th at 5:15 in the Big Spring ISD School Board room. Also news in the community, some good news there. Midland Fire is honoring Captain Raymond Kaza for more than 31 years of service. Captain Kaza is completing his final shifts with MFD, is then heading into retirement. He began his career on February 1st, 1995, and officials say his leadership and dedication have left a lasting impact on the department. An update now. We're on a story we brought you earlier this week where the Midland Animal Shelter was at capacity and some of the dogs were at risk of euthanasia. But Fix West Texas stepped up and helped get 20 dogs into safe and loving homes. Midland Animal Shelter says they're always in need of fosters, so if you want to help or find a furry friend, you can stop by their shelter located at 1200 North Fairgrounds Road. And we'll have another check of your news and weather later on First Alert 7 News at Noon with Jacob Brandenburg and meteorologist Sawyer McElroy. Until then, make it a great Wednesday. All right, that'll do it for Wake Up West Texas Extra on this Wednesday, February 3rd. 4th. It's the 4th, actually.
It is the 4th.
Flying by.
Thank you for streaming with us. Make it a great day.